Now we will perform NCERT questions. First question, indicate whether the following statements are true or false. While attempting such type of questions in the exam or while remembering the answer to these questions, we should not cram the answers, whether the answer of a particular question is true or false. If we go on cramming such like questions, it is probable, quite possible that only 50% of your answers will be correct. So always try to find out why the particular statement is true or false. The reason should be your main focus so that the statement always remembers in your mind afresh and you need not cram the same. The answer will remain always cherished in your mind. So first question is statement is unicellular organisms have one celled body. As you know that uni means one, cellular means cell. So answer is true. This is again reason for the same is given. A unicellular organism is also known as a single celled organism. It is an organism that consists of a single cell. This means that all life processes such as reproduction, feeding, digestion, and excretion occur in one cell. You have already observed that an amoeba, which is a unicellular organism, performs all the functions which organism, that is amoeba, has only one cell. Now the next statement is muscle cells are branched. Whether it is true or false? False. Why? Here is the answer. Human body has three types of muscle cells. First is skeletal muscle cells, smooth muscle cells, and cardiac muscle cells. Skeletal muscle cells in the human body make up the most of muscles in human body. That is, most of the muscles which are found in our body are made up of skeletal muscle cells, and these muscle cells, that is skeletal muscle cells, are usually attached to the skeleton. Second is smooth muscle cells. They are found in the walls of internal organs. Cardiac muscle cells occur in the walls of heart. Only cardiac muscle cells are extensively branched. So after going through this, you find that most of the muscle cells in our body are skeletal muscle cells, and only the cardiac muscle cells are extensively branched. So they form only a minor part of the muscle cells in our body which are branched, that is cardiac muscle cells are branched. So most of the cells which are skeletal cells or smooth cells are not branched. So our answer is false, as only the cardiac muscle cells are branched when only a particular fraction of the whole is pertains to a particular answer, so that cannot be treated as the answer to the whole question. The basic living unit of an organism is an organ. False. As you know, basic unit of living unit of an organism is cell. From cell form tissues, tissues join to form organ, organ join to form organ system join many organ system collectively form an organism. So the basic unit of an organism is cell. Cell is considered to be the basic structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Cell is a membrane bound structure that contains various organelles which perform specialized functions. Now, the statement is amoeba has irregular shape. True. It may have this shape. At the other time, it may have this type shape, or at the time of eating a taking in a particular substance, it may form this type of false feeds. This may be the food. So amoeba is a single-celled organism. This is also the picture of an amoeba. It changes its shape and position constantly. Amoeba takes in food by extending arm, false feet, called pseudopodia, from any part of its body. It may draw its false feet from here, or it may draw from here, or any part of the body. Pseudopodia means false feet. These projections appear and disappear as amoeba moves or feeds. Now, make a sketch of the human nerve cell. What function do nerve cells perform? The human body contains millions of nerve cells. Nerve cells play a vital role. Vital means an important role in the functioning of the nervous system. The function of the nerve cells is to transmit messages from different parts of the body to the brain and vice versa. Vice versa means different parts of the body to brain and brain to different parts of the body. Nerve cells help to control and coordinate the working of different parts of the body. Here you can see this is the picture of a nerve cell which contains nucleus. These are the dendrites. This is the cell body. This is the axon. Nerve cells help the body to respond to the surrounding stimuli. For example, if you touch something hot, your nerve cells will send a hot signal to your brain. Immediately, the brain processes the information that the particular substance is hot, and the brain will immediately send a message back that triggers you to snatch your hand away, that you should immediately pick up your hand from that hot substance. Nerve cells are also known as neurons. A normal neuron or nerve cell has one large fiber known as axon that carries outgoing electrical signals, and a large number of smaller fibers called dendrites that receives messages from other cells. So the main function of nerve cells is to transmit messages from the brain to different parts of the body and from different parts of the body to the brain. Now we have to write a short note on cytoplasm. As already told, cytoplasm is a gel-like fluid which is present inside the cell. This is the cytoplasm. This is cytoplasm. This is cytoplasm. It is composed of, that is, cytoplasm is composed of salt, water, and various organic molecules. It also contains many specialized cell organelles. Cell organelles may be mitochondria, it may be Golgi apparatus or Golgi body. There may be endoplasmic reticulum. There are ribosomes. Lysosomes are also found in the case of animal cells and not in the case of plant cells. Endoplasmic reticulum, this is the endoplasmic reticulum on which ribosomes are attached. Each of these organelles, that is mitochondria, Golgi body, ribosomes, perform a specific function for the cell. Cytoplasm is the ocean in which all the organelles float. Within the cytoplasm, materials move by diffusion. Now, another point is nucleus of the cell. This is the nucleus of the cell. It is an important component of the living cell. Nucleus is the control center of the cell. It is the oval shaped body which is found floating in the cytoplasm. We can see nucleus with the help of a microscope. It consists of a nuclear membrane, that is, there is outer covering, there is nucleoplasm, there is nucleolus, this is nucleolus. Then there are chromosomes and genes present in the nucleus. Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane called nuclear membrane. That is, there is an outer covering of the nucleus which separates it from the cytoplasm. In the case of prokaryotes, nuclear region is poorly defined, whereas in the case of eukaryotes, nuclear region is well developed. Now the next question is, which part of the cell contains organelles? As you have seen, all the organelles are found floating in the cytoplasm. So our answer is cytoplasm is the part of the cell which contains various organelles such as mitochondria, ribosomes, Golgi body, etc. We have already discussed that cell consists of three parts. First is plasma membrane, then is nucleus, and the third is cytoplasm. These are the three parts of the cell. Now we are to make the sketch of the animal and plant cell, and we are to write the three differences between them. First is cell wall. Cell wall is absent in the case of animal cells. You can see that this is the plant cell, outer covering is there. This is cell wall. This black color, this is plasma membrane or cell membrane. Outer covering is cell wall. This is the black colored animal cell. The outer covering is, this is cell wall or cell membrane or plasma membrane. So cell wall is present in the case of plant cells, whereas it is absent in the case of animal cells. Outermost covering in the case of animal cells is cell membrane or plasma membrane, whereas the outer covering in the case of plant cells is cell wall. Chloroplast, which this is green colored, this is not present in the case of animal cells, whereas plant cells have chloroplast, which they require for manufacturing of food, that is photosynthesis. Lysosomes, which contain digestive enzymes, are present in the case of animal cells, whereas the same are not present in the case of plant cells. In the case of animal cells, there may be no vacuole or there may be many small vacuoles present in the case of animal cells, whereas in the case of plant cells, a mature plant cell contains a large central vacuole. This is the vacuole in the case of plant cell. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.